Super Doomspire had a wild year in 2020. There's a lot to go over, so I wanted to go over all of it in a singular video. In today's video, we'll be summarizing everything that happened in the year of 2020 for Super Doomspire, including the most important content creators, the community updates, and more. I feel 2020 is a year worth going over because that was the year Super Doomspire gained mild traction in the game. The game being changed from creators like KonekoKitten reporting on it and much more. The game gained traction from the egghunt later, and later I made my first Super Doomspire video, which led us to where we're today, with us making over 22 videos in the year of 2020 for Super Doomspire, over a day's worth of content in total for the game, and so much more. I feel it is a year going over for many reasons. Firstly, the game has a lot of updates to go over. The game changed drastically with over 3 game modes being added, mostly to the near of middle of end of 2020, new maps being added, and the game finally becoming in a playable state. So much to go over. Inspired by Beast Rewind, let's go right into it. We'll be going through changelogs and so much more. Buckle up because we're going to take a trip into 2020 and its past, present, and future for Super Doomspire. Let's get started. My name's Snooky Alex, and this is our Super Doomspire series. Yo, what's up, Nerd Squad, and welcome back to another video. Before we get started in today's video, make sure to subscribe for Roblox drama, news, tips, and tricks, and more. Don't forget to turn on the bell so you never miss out on one of the latest. They're uploaded weekly to twice a week. Let's try and get to 10k by the end of 2021, shall we? Man, that number feels so awkward and surreal to say. 2021? That just doesn't feel right. It feels surreal, futuristic. Hard to explain, to be honest. This is actually our first video for 2021. Now let's take a trip all the way back in time to literally exactly a year ago. January 1st, 2020. First update for 2020 had a lot of things added. Before this date, Super Doomspire was more of a bare bones game, not having that much weapon. In fact, weapons were actually cut in half before this time. You had your basics, like the greatsword, home runner, etc. However, a lot of the content that actually makes the game great wasn't where it was, and the game received some critique for having somewhat lack of content. So the first update for 2020 was the update where the newer logbook was added that we know to love, and flex our stats was added, which was a helpful way for players. New tasks were added. Tasks were added in the game to give players incentive to unlock achievements. After this update, players had way more to play the game for, therefore encouraging more playability, because with this came new weapons. The new logbook that was added was highly praised, along with tasks. This gave the game more structure for players to encourage the playlist. Next, new Snowball music was added by the wonderful composer Zamul, who has made many tracks for the game. And in this update, the golden skins were added. Golden skins are obtained through tasks, which I'm proud to say I have all the golden skins. The golden skins give players incentives to get kills and bricks, which was a great feature. Also, lets everyone in the server know that you are a more advanced player, showing them, don't mess unless you have the golden sword too. And the update after, which was probably the most major update of the year, with one of the most important modes being added in January, was the infection mode update. In this update, which occurred on 10/1/2020, infection mode was added, which is considered a staple party mode of Super Doomspire, or it would be the survivor's job to survive, because if they didn't, they would be turned into zombies. New tasks were added furthermore to the game, as well as a slingshot, a weapon banned from tourneys because it was too powerful, may be nerfed in the future, as well as the infamous cooking tool that many consider their best or worst weapon in the game, the frying pan. The frying pan is known for its easy KOs and knockback, but also its penalty and harsh reaction movement. Next, the nail bat was added, which is a reskin of the home runner. The coconut was added as well, which most pros make montages with the coconut for some reason. Never knew a tropical fruit was just so appealing, I just don't know. Stickers were also more usable in chat because the stickers could be used when putting a colon. Next, in this update was added sudden death, considered a fun change for those who love combat, because this change would encourage players to actually force themselves out of their comfort zone. Players must stay inside the ring in sudden death to encourage players to not chicken out. A lot of people either love sudden death or hate it. New maps were added, including Dark Jungle, Storm Hill, Possum City, and the Onu Ocean map, which gives off SpongeBob vibes and is set deep under the sea with bubbles too. This map is a good one to use for tourneys because it is one of the more normal maps to use with not that many changes in terms of gameplay, compared to a map like Lava, which forces you to improvise with the moving map. January was truly an eventful month compared to the rest of the months, which is where the game received the most updates. The game, however, still reached a lower audience count, which is around 500 players playing at one current time. It wasn't really featured on the front page. Next, the next update took place in later January. New tasks, Boomerang, Bananarang, Roundcat, Kitty Launcher were added in the rest of the updates for January. Another update was added for January, with the developers working hard for the next weekly update. Lunar Dragon, Giant Rat were added in the update thereafter. Weekly updates seem to be a thing for Super Doomspire. And the update after that, the highlight of the update that occurred was the rainbow map and the KO feed added on the side of the screen. On the February updates for the year, added was new stickers and minor bug changes, as well as a bit of weapon tweaks. 36 new stickers were added. In February, what was hosted was a weapon contest where players could submit weapons, and the winner was known today as the Bombardier. The Bombardier is a heavier type weapon that was picked. Featuring 4 holes to fire rockets out of, this heavy type weapon was submitted by Bombardier creator and an idea suggested by Garner Chano. I hope I pronounced that right. A heavier fan favorite, this weapon still stands as its title. Next, the Super Bomb was added. And the next weapon added was the Star Blaster, formerly known as the most expensive weapon, but this spot has been taken by the recent Glowblade. Berkbreaker has also added a reskin of the firing brand. In March, we got a minor update. Sticker Patch was added as a way to make revenue for the game, and each player was given a certain amount free from the task, as well as some given out through 36 new stickers by Octalien, YouTube, and Philanan. These were some of the first community-made stickers we got from 2 people, and Octalien has continued to be a contributor to the game in terms of stickers, which our recent update, we've actually gotten quite a bit from them. Octalien has contributed so much to the game, and they definitely need more recognition. Definitely go follow their Twitter. In terms of updates for March, it was mostly bug fixes. Some of the most prolific bug fixes for March include the Shadow Blade being the most buffed weapon at the time. Seriously, it was way too buffed. So many players were using it that it needed a nerf. So the weapon damage lunge was reduced to 50. This is a controversial update from players. A lot of players were enjoying the extra buff and now all of a sudden it's gone. Crazy. And a lot of players do argue that the weapon Shadow Blade is a skilled weapon that should be banned in tourneys for its lunge power, which is quite odd. I personally don't think it should be banned per se, but whatever. What was added in the next update was Rockstar, a weapon known for its insane knockback that we reviewed, along with the laser cannon, which we ranked as a B tier weapon. I mean, it's okay, but it's not a weapon I would personally be using. Along with the infamous Lifestealer, the Dark Heart. 15 new stickers, and then in the next month was when my Super Doomspire videos started to blow up from the year before, because then came our egg hunt. Our egg hunt shot up Super Doomspire to fame in 2020. Around this time period, my channel really started to gain traction and I made my 3rd or 4th video on the topic. Later this time period, we'd see more things being added, such as the infamous Crystal Blaster, which is probably known as the world's most tryhard weapon, and 2 new Roundcat Rally maps, as well as Camera Lock, a super useful feature for mobile players, and cooldown indicators, which were useful for battlers. We took a further look and an update on one of our past videos, which was the Crystal Blaster review, which we rated a really good weapon. And then in the middle of 2020, we'd have a content creator blow up, Vortex. Vortex was known for their skills as well as their pro gameplays, which would blow up and they'd end up beating my tag rankings in multiple things. So, whatever. Vortex now reached 1K at the very end of it, so congrats to him. He truly deserves it and is a great friend to me. Next, Poly announced that they were taking a break from the game, as well as Blue, as they were really tired out. They punched back with a Halloween update, in which this Halloween update was an absolute banger. Anti-jump spam was added, which this was controversial, which completely changed the mechanics of gameplay, as well as Bow, Lava Ball, which had some burning effects. Don't get too close on this one. Along with Spooky Staff, Hawk Skin, which was updated along with Spooky Staff getting a burn effect, and a couple other skins. As well, a brand new map was added, Crimson Courtyard, as well as brand new stickers. And this leads us to the very end of 2020. At the very end of 2020, a new game mode was added, which we covered in the Super Doomspire update, and this leads up to 2020. I think the entire purpose of 2020 is that we made the best of an awful year. Despite all this virus stuff going on, and etc., we truly made the best by making Super Doomspire content, as well as Super Doomspire being updated. It was a great pastime for 2020, and I hope we can continue being 2021, and for many years to come, with our Super Doomspire community. Thank you so much for watching. I'd appreciate if you'd subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.